Alright, for this channel's debut, I wanted to start things off simple. Too bad I already have a massive video file that started out at 2 hours long, and this is only part 1. I decided to play through Skyrim using only daggers to attack enemies, excluding scrolls that I find. I didn't want to just let myself buy whatever powerful scrolls I could afford, but I kinda needed the extra edge given by those fireball scrolls you find in Bleak Barrow. I'm also going to use light armor, since I thought the extra movement speed would help, and oh boy did it save my skin more than a few times. I don't claim to be very good at Skyrim, even more so now that I'm trying something completely new, but I just hope you guys enjoy the video. Also, I really wanted to say thank you to whoever is watching this when it comes out, since it really helps to support the channel, but also to anyone coming back later down the line to rewatch my old videos. I find myself going back and watching the videos from when some people were just starting out on YouTube, and it can be really endearing hearing that crackly little baby voice from years ago. I decided to go with an orc for this playthrough simply because of their racial ability. I thought it would come in handy, and I was definitely right about that. They also start with some extra points in one-handed, which also would be a big help. I really just wanted to make the most pitiful and scrawny orc I could. Almost as if he was cast out for only using daggers, as if he wasn't the perfect race to use big two-handed axes and hammers. That, and I generally enjoy making fugly little creatures in Skyrim. So yeah, you can really tell just how messed up this guy is gonna be. Don't worry, you'll see him and his face before we start. And yep, he's perfect. Beautiful little blonde-haired man. If you can't already tell, I am very unoriginal with my names. His name is literally just what I'm gonna do for the next 2 hours. Alright, I think you guys get the gist. I almost get my head cut off. Dragon attacks, we run through the town. I go into the keep with, of course, Hadvar, and we go through the dungeon. As you can see, until I find a dagger I'm not attacking, just allowing Hadvar to take care of everyone up until then. Thankfully there's a dagger in the torture chamber alongside those lockpicks, and I find another a little further into the keep, but not much more for a while. And here's me taking my first few swings of that beautiful little blade. As you can see here, I'm trying to go for a sneak attack on the bear, but it doesn't really go too well, since I'm literally level 1 and also an idiot. Pretty much as soon as I step outside, I decide to knock the difficulty up a bit, just because I wanted to give it a little extra challenge. I decided to pick up the Thief Stone for the extra levels in light armor, but now that I look back, I probably should have chosen the Warrior Stone instead, since I use way more of those skills from that area. When I got to Riverwood, I went and spoke to Alvor, and it turned out he actually had a nice little ring of minor smithing, which came in handy a good few times. I've always found it really fun to tumble down the river on the way to Whiterun, snatching up fish as I go along. I went around and snatched up as many vegetables as I could to make vegetable soup, since the 1 health and stamina per second for 12 minutes is very useful in almost every single playthrough. Making my way into Whiterun, I spoke to the Jarl and Farengar and picked up the quest to get the Dragonstone from Bleak Barrow. Little did I know I'd be getting a little more than I bargained for on the way up the mountain. 2 bandit captains and 2 more bandits shooting arrows at me was surprisingly almost too much for me to handle. I guess that's just what I get for turning the difficulty up to expert. I don't know why I keep attempting to sneak up on people with these knives, but needless to say, it hasn't worked a single time. I decided here that I can use scrolls that I loot, since I really didn't know what I would do here without that fireball scroll. It was way more of a help than I realized. Sneaking through Bleak Barrow, I found quite a bit of challenge in the random Draugr found inside, with just this random restless Draugr killing me, causing me to reload several times. The Draugr Overlord at the end of the dungeon was definitely the worst of the whole place. I had to change up my tactics quite a bit before I could actually beat him and take the Dragonstone. I almost even ran out of soup! Heading back up to Dragon's Reach, I hand in the Dragonstone and get told that a dragon has recently attacked a tower outside the city. I head down to help kill it, but dragons at this difficulty are a little too much for me to handle, even with my racial ability. I end up absorbing the dragon's soul, and when I head back to the Jarl for my reward, I get called upon by the Greybeards. I get handed the Axe of Whiterun, and just my luck, it turns out to be absolutely useless. Great. I head into Belethor's to sell my junk and pick up some potions, and looking at the length of this video already, this is going to take a lot longer than I realized. I really hope you guys liked the video. I've been meaning to get back into YouTube for a couple of years now, and I just really haven't found the right time or the right content to make. I don't really expect my channel to gain much traction anytime soon, but I would be happily surprised if this video got at least a few dozen views. I'm glad I also stopped by Arcadia's Cauldron, since she had way more health potions than Belethor's. It's definitely going to come in handy. I think this is where I'm going to end the video. I don't currently have enough time to record more footage, and I'm already out of the 2 hours I recorded yesterday. I really hope you guys enjoy this video. I don't really want to play up how much work I put into it or anything, but I'm just glad I could spend some time making something instead of just sitting around. See you later, goobers.